So coming up next to the mic, we'll get right to it. The sister who I said whenever she steps up in here, she contributes to the history that we make with every single storytellers. The one and only HanaLyn. Give it up, everybody.
I'm gonna do a piece called Legends, and I wrote it a few years ago. I was reading a book called, I was reading a book called When God Was a Woman, and it was about the history of the most ancient religions and how they worshipped female deity and celebrated women. And then it went through the whole, it was a fascinating book about the history of then northern tribes from like Scandinavia came down and they had worshipped volcano gods, and that's where this masculine energy came from, and infused all of the myths and took over, you know, the matriarchal societies. So at the same time that I was reading this, E had done a poem called He Needs Love. And the first night that I heard him do the poem, I was listening to it, and he was talking about the difficulties that men have in relationships and the things they need to overcome, and then at the same time they need a woman to say, like, I'm here for you, and I will be a church to you, and I will do this for you. And I'm listening to the poem, thinking about all the issues and struggles that I had in my relationship, going, well, I've done that, and yes, and I've done that, and yes. And I went up to him afterwards and said, like, did you just have a window like into my private life, because everything that you wrote, I've been living. So the two of these kind of merged, and this poem came out of it as like a celebration and a call to women to really reclaim their power. I think a lot of times in relationships where we have so much invested in them, and women tend to romanticize things, and especially when you're a poet, and I started thinking about all these poems I had written about this relationship, and if at that time where things were going, I think women sometimes need to stop and evaluate for themselves, are they fighting for that relationship and the reality of what it is, or have they built it into something else and they're fighting for the legends that they've built up around it? So that's where this poem came from. I've heard the prophet MC preaching at a venue. So I listen closely to his words to learn the things that men do, and as surely as leaves fall from trees, I am learning that you are just a man. Though I have written legends around you, wrote myself as Ishtar, made you my Tammuz, mourned for you each winter when you passed my nights in prayer and praise for you, descended into hell for you to recover what was lost, returned only to discover what was lost was me. And I am woman, like the first, before the myths, before creation, before volcano gods spewed lava down mountainsides and man molded God into his imperfect image. I am she, complete unto myself, though too long prized but put upon a shelf, and as surely as spring resurrects itself each year, I am learning that you are just a man. You who have worshipped at my altar, and I have stood steadfast beside you, call me your rock of Gibraltar. I am she who welcomes you into my sanctuary, promised to keep hurt from you, recited psalms to you from my scriptures. Yes, black man, I have been a church to you. Call me the divine ancestress. I have given birth to you. Take my words and let them nurture you, wrap them around you like swaddling cloth, clothe your spirit with these lines as you lie with closed eyes upon my bed, while I wipe away the sweat of eternity, while we lie upon sheets stained with the scent of eternity. Instead of legends, I will write reality, so that you can see yourself reflected in the mirror of my poetry, the way I write you, the way I represent you to an audience, speaking you into existence even in your absence, loving you in your absence since the dawn of existence. ambassador, negotiating your peace treaties with a hostile world. I am a woman. And as surely as all life flows through my veins, I am learning that you are just a man. Though I have written legends around you.